But the position that we have right now, if I'm to tell you the truth, there is no way out. I would expect, or I would wish, or I would want a person of Prophet Makandiwa to get Uebert Angel back onto his pulpit, or share with him, or be out together with photos and what. No. The first step that needs to happen, Uebert, you have to go back to Prophet Victor Kusi Boateng, Ghana. Do away with that, Pastor Chris. Go back to Prophet Victor Kusi Boateng, Ghana, and talk to him. Ask for forgiveness. You have what you thought you wanted. You have the money. Nobody disputes that. You have the popularity, the fame. You have it. But what you're lacking now is the real person around you. The real people around you is what you're lacking. So for that alone, you will not get peace of mind. You need real people around you who will tell you, man of God. So there's a time you need just to swallow your pride.
Okay, hold up a minute. This is a very interesting discussion, especially for the Mugus in Zimbabwe. You know, Zimbabwe is another demographic with a set of well-indoctrinated and very, very, should I say useless, group of Mugus that are so vulnerable and susceptible to the prophetic. You should pardon me sometimes when I use these extreme words in describing people that follow or succumb to the tactics of false prophets like, your likes of Emmanuel Makandiwa, Magaya, and the Uebert that is being spoken about by this particular brother here. We have to use hard love on these people. We can try to be polite, but they'll still come out and say, no, you're being carnal. No, you don't understand things of the spirit. That's why I have to call them Mugus. And useless. Useless is not really an insultive word. It's a description. It entails characteristics of a particular being. That once your brain is damaged, you become useless. We can't use you anymore because you can't do nothing. You can't reason. If you are damaged up here, you can't reason. We can't have a constructive conversation. The only thing you can say, touch not the anointed. You don't understand things of the spirit. Okay, let's put that one aside. Let's build this story. Let me give you a little bit of background information about the person of Uebert and the person of Makandiwa. And the reason why this brother, who you are going to listen to, is saying Uebert has to apologize to his former spiritual father, Kusi Boateng. Remember, that was his initial spiritual father. Now his new spiritual father is Chris Oyakilome. So he moved from Ghana straight to Nigeria, from the pan to the fire. Because who would really choose Oyakilome of all people? Come on, my people. So now in a recent video that surfaced on the internet, Uebert was trying to mend his relationship with Emmanuel Makandiwa. Emmanuel Makandiwa is still a spiritual son of Kusi Boateng. Uebert and Emmanuel were close, tight brothers. When I say tight brothers, you wouldn't understand. You can't talk about the prophetic without mentioning Uebert and Emmanuel Makandiwa. These were like blood brothers. They are the ones who pioneered the prophetic. Nigeria didn't know about the prophetic until Uebert and Emmanuel Makandiwa branded it so nicely, made it so fashionable, attractive, and special. Then it started now entering nations like Nigeria, places like Kenya, Zambia, and so forth. So these are the main pioneers, Uebert and Emmanuel Makandiwa. They went to Ghana. They did what they did with Kusi Boateng. They left Ghana, they came to Zim. They made this thing a big thing. Eventually, Uebert had a fight with Kusi Boateng, and he left the native doctor from Ghana, Kusi Boateng, and he went to another native doctor in Nigeria, Chris Oyakilome, and left his brother, Emmanuel Makandiwa, with his original native doctor of a spiritual father, Kusi Boateng. A lot of fights happened, even though the public might not know. The fights that erupted between Emmanuel Makandiwa and Uebert Angel. We'll get into that one later. So recently, Uebert was trying to mend his relationship with Emmanuel Makandiwa, saying the reason why they fought was because of their spiritual sons. So this brother is coming to say, before you try to mend relationship with Emmanuel Makandiwa, go back to Kusi Boateng first and apologize for what you said about him or for what you did to him, which we will later reveal after this particular episode. So that's basically what this brother is talking about. To say, Uebert, you have done this and this and this and this to so and so and so and so. So for you to jump protocol and start to mend relationship with Emmanuel Makandiwa, is not the noble thing to do. First mend things with Kusi Boateng, then go to Emmanuel Makandiwa. Continue listening. It's just a snippet. We'll delve much deeper into this conversation.
Uebert Angel has gone back to Zimbabwe. He's establishing himself back. After all what he did, right, he then went on to the Doom, where he was thinking he would fill it to capacity. But you can see that there's a lot of gaps in there. He's starting to see reality. And then you look at Prophet Makandiwa in Chitungwiza there, you'll see that there's hardly a chair or any position for somebody to be standing. You have to be early for you to get a sitting position. He's seeing that, he's weighing, and he's seeing that, right, I have tried. But he, as a person, he will be knowing right deep down in his heart that no. The ground is controlled here by Emmanuel Makandiwa. He knows that. Prophet Makandiwa is a wise person. You remember him saying, if ever there's anything that I would want to consult or any prophetic that I would need verification, there's one person that I would ask, and it's Prophet Uebert Angel. The time he said that, they were already out of good books, but he could not say it public. Why? Because it will also discredit him, and it will also undermine him for coming public about it. Discredit him in such a way that how can you say you're no longer brothers with this one, yet he's the very same person you were working with when you were making your name. He used wisdom to protect himself. You just need to swallow your pride, go to Prophet Kusi Boateng. But what you are going to be starting, if you are to go there again, is a fight between Pastor Chris and Prophet Victor Kusi Boateng, because you dissed him on your way to Pastor Chris, which was very wrong. You shouldn't have done that. That's why I used to say, Uebert, at times, keep your mouth shut, man. Just do your thing. Keep your mouth shut. Just do your thing. Right now, you have nobody to tell you that. That's why you're coming up with what you're trying to what you're trying to set up as it's a strategy that you're trying to apply. But this strategy has failed at this point in time. Do ministry. Don't mention Makandiwa. Let Makandiwa do his ministry without mentioning you. But at this point in time, Uebert, you messed up big time. I'm a big brother, I have to tell you. You messed up big time. You can deny it, you cannot comment on it, but you know definitely, I'm telling you the truth, you messed up. And in the process, you are stepping on so many people, and you are stepping on sensitive grounds, and you know exactly what I'm talking about. For that, you can have your billions, yeah? And you can have your brand. That's not a problem. But in the process, you messed up. I would not expect to see you with Prophet Makandiwa before you go and apologize to Prophet Kusi Victor Boateng. He's not very far away from you. If you have lost his number, ask us, we'll give it to you.
The question now is, the most interesting question now is Uebert going to apologize to Kusi Boateng so that he can make things right with Emmanuel Makandiwa? Is he? Should he? Because for him to do that, it means he has to drop Chris Oyakhilome. He has to throw Chris Oyakhilome under the bus. Is he willing to do that? What are the chances of him doing that, of throwing Chris under the bus, so that he can resubmit to his original native doctor of a father, Kusi Boateng, from Ghana? Is he going to leave Nigeria and go back to Ghana so that things can be well with him between his brother, Emmanuel Makandiwa? Tell me your insights, my people. I know most of you might not know this debacle between these people involved. But for the small specified audience for this particular episode, tell me what you think without being spiritual. Because if you become too spiritual and religious for nothing, I'll call you a mugo. I'll call you silese. Let me know in the comments.